Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. Now we'll discuss the next portion of the semiconductors. As we discussed earlier, P-type and N-type are the two types of the extrinsic semiconductors. One more time I will revise here. Now you are watching here the P-type semiconductor. P-type semiconductor in which we are using trivalent impurity. Okay, and here as shown in the diagram, acceptor ion, majority carriers and minority carriers. Okay, in P type, majority carriers are holes and minority carriers are electrons. Now in the next type, that is N type semiconductor, you are watching here that N type has donor ion, then majority carriers and minority carriers. In N type, majority carriers are electrons, means negative charges, and minority carriers are holes. Okay, so these two we have studied earlier. Now our today's topic is PN junction diode. PN, when both type of impurities are doped inside the single silicon strip, then half portion is doped with the trivalent impurity, half portion is doped with the pentavalent impurity, such as the half portion will be made as a P-type semiconductor, half portion is made as N-type semiconductor, and in between them the line of joining between P-type and N-type, this is called as a junction. Hence this type, this construction it is called as a PN junction diode. Now diode means what? It has two types of the electrodes. Positive means P-type, negative means N-type. Hence diode. Diode means two, electrodes means ode, diode. So PN junction diode. Now we'll see here what will happen when such type of construction will be there. Now you are watching here that unbiased PN junction diode. Unbiased means what? Biasing is the process of supplying the external power supply. External power supply, when we give to the PN junction diode, then it is biased. Now unbiased means what? Our diode is kept as it is without external supply. Okay. Now see, in unbiased PN junction, there is a formation of that depletion layer. Depletion means what? Depletion means absence of the free charges. It is called as a depletion. Means whenever there is a formation of junction, the holes from the P-type has majority holes, and electrons from the N-type, they start to cross the junction and combine with each other. During this combination, they will form the ions, and these ions are immobile in nature, means they cannot move. So when they cross the junction and combine with each other, there is formation of ions which are accumulated near the junction area. So you are watching here that in the depletion region, the ions are formed without free charges. So free charges are not given there, only ions which cannot move. Okay. So when this process will continue up to when the electrons or holes can cross the junction. Once they did not cross the junction, they will remain as it is in their respective areas, and there is formation of the barrier. Barrier means what? They cannot cross the area, that is barrier, and this will set up an potential, means positive ions and negative ions, they are around the junction, they will set a potential. That potential is called as a barrier potential, that is across the same depletion layer. So barrier potential region and depletion layer region is same. What is barrier potential? The potential which that electrons cannot cross or holes cannot cross, or they cannot move across the junction. That is the barrier potential. Now as shown here, barrier potential when we are using silicon diode, then it is 0.7 volt, and for germanium diode it is 0.3 volt. Okay. So such is the formation of the PN junction diode when it is unbiased. So once the barrier potential is set, this PN junction diode formation is completed. Okay. Now here see that electric field will be developed inside the junction, that is from positive ion to negative ion. Direction of the electric field inside the depletion layer, it will be from positive ion to negative ion. And barrier potential is set up, that barrier potential has particular value for silicon and germanium. For silicon, as we discussed, it is 0.7 volt and germanium it is 0.3. Hope you understand this construction of the p-n junction diode. If you have any doubt, then comment in the comment section, like our videos, share it and subscribe our channel.